Truth be told, he's always been a hustler on a mission. Mission for greatness. Some people are naturally blessed with the hustler's ambition. Now, this story is one that we're all quite familiar with. This man had talent and a dream. Three things that he always had besides his 45 were intelligence, ambition, and intuition. Hustler is not simply born. A true hustler is created as he adapts to the bullshit this world throws at him.
Hey, what up, BGK gang? This is Andre at Big Gemini Kennels, aka BGK. Welcome back. Smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment, let us know what you're thinking. Make sure you hit that alert notification so you're notified every time we drop new content, and that's going to be frequently because we came to drop bombs. Beast mode. Hey, what up? So today, Dre BGK is here to hit you with a story time. Let's get ready for a BGK story time. The time that I met with a client to sell him a dog and went into Wells Fargo where they treated me like I was trying to rob the guy. He had to convince them that he was legitimately buying the dog from me and I wasn't trying to steal from him or rob him. Yeah, that happened. F Wells Fargo. I'll put it that way. F Wells Fargo.
Fresh, heard they won't fresh. We gon' do this here with no F.
I had a guy named Garen who owns Sinister Pitbulls. If you haven't checked out Sinister Pitbulls, check them out. They're on Instagram at Sinister Pitbulls. His name is Garen. He owns a dog for me named BGK's Apollo. Now, Garen was one of the guys that was like, look, I want to come down. I want to see the dog in person. I want to interact with the dog in person before I make this purchase. If I like it, I'll buy him on the spot. All right? No problem. Come on down. Now, Garen was driving from out of state. I don't want to say the state that Garen was driving from because it was far. I know that. I know he drove a good 72 hours to see us that day. We let him see Apollo. He was tripping out because he said he kept seeing a lot of things online that where he would hear about, hey, people say they have huge XL American bullies, but when you go to see them, they're nothing like the pictures. People are using Photoshop. People are using camera angles on videos, and the dogs are just not the same. Well, when he seen Apollo, he knew good and well that BGK was not doing any of that. The dog was exactly what I said he would be. He was huge. He had a great temperament. I breed for temperament. Make sure if you buy an XL American Bully, you don't just buy it from any breeder. You don't got to buy it from me, Big Gemini Kennels, but make sure you do the research and you're buying from somebody that has good, stable temperaments. That is a breed trait that goes along with bloodlines and kennels. Yes, there are kennels that breed aggressive dogs. Yes, there are kennels that breed human aggressive dogs. Yes, there are kennels that produce some bullies that will turn on you and eat you and hurt your kids. I hate to say that, but that is true. So do your research if you're going to purchase an XL American Bully and make sure you get it from a responsible breeder. And anyway, Garen came, he met Apollo, BGK's Apollo, and fell in love with him and decided to purchase this dog. And I ended up buying a dog off of BGK's Apollo, which is Athena. So that's how much I like the dog. I don't just sell dogs that I think are crap. I sell dogs that I would buy a dog from, which I ended up doing with Garen. I ended up buying the dog from Garen. So thank you for Athena, Garen. I appreciate you. I love her. That's one of my favorite tribe bitches I have. I only have two. And she's one of my favorite, man. As far as all females I have in general, she's one of my favorite dogs. She produced an amazing dog with Athena. But anyway, with that being said, Garen decides, yes, I'm definitely going to purchase BGK's Apollo. Let's go into the bank. Okay, let's go into the banks. Anyway, moving forward, Garen and I are going into the bank so Garen can go ahead and get the cash out of the bank and pay for the dog and be able to get back on the road and drive 72 hours back to the state that he came from with this new dog. All right? So I don't want to be all in Garen's business. He has an account with Wells Fargo. I have an account with Wells Fargo. I figured this would be really simple. We'll go into Wells Fargo. He'll pull the cash out. And I won't even walk out the bank with the cash. I will take the cash that he gives me and I'll redeposit it right back into Wells Fargo. And then we can go on and do our thing. So this is what happened. I go and sit down while Garen goes over to the cashier so he can go ahead and withdraw the cash to pay for the dog. Now, as I sit down in the bank, I notice that Garen keeps looking over at me. He keeps looking over at me. The teller keeps looking over at me. I'm just like on my phone minding my business. I am literally just like, this is me right there. This is me. I'm just doing my thing, paying like no attention to them. And I look up and I'm like, why do they keep looking at me, bro? Like, is there somebody behind me? Why do they keep looking at me? So eventually Garen comes over to me and he was like, okay, bro, let's walk outside real quick. He goes, bro, the bank teller is telling me, why do I need the money for? And I told her I'm withdrawing the money to buy a dog. And she asked, were you with me? And I said, yes. And she goes, is he forcing you to withdraw this money? And I told her, no, I'm very happy to give him this money. I have a dog that I'm purchasing from him. She's like, have you seen the dog? Are you getting scammed? He's like, I just got done playing with the dog outside. And she's like, are you sure that you want to go through with this deal? Because I don't feel comfortable. And he was like, dude, what's going on here? He's like, I don't get it. I was like, bro, do you want me to go up to the counter and talk to her? And he goes, yeah, that won't hurt. So I go up to the counter and I go, he's purchasing a dog from me. There's nothing illegal going on here. I'm not sure why you're apprehensive. If you like to get your manager, if you like to check my account, because I'm going to deposit it into my account. I also have a Wells Fargo account. And if you think I'm stupid enough to try to rob somebody and then deposit the money into my own account at the same bank, like, why would you even insinuate that? Like, this is embarrassing. I'm a businessman attempting to conduct business. And you're making it sound like I'm about to rob a client of mine who knows that I'm a solid businessman, who just got done seeing the dog outside, and she went and got her damn manager. Alright, so the manager comes over and goes, you know what, if you guys are both saying there's not a problem here, you both can produce ID. I'm like, here's my ID. He said, here's my ID. The manager's like, I'm going to have to document this, and they write down my name, they write down his name. I'll go back and sit down. Short story shorter, they ended up eventually giving us the money. And then I went ahead and did exactly what I told them I was going to do and deposited it right back into my Wells Fargo account. And then the ladies all apologizing like, I'm sorry, we just have to be careful. I'm like, no, I don't want to hear none of that. You seen a black male walk in the bank with his hat backwards, and I don't play the African American card, the black card, the woe is me racist card. I don't believe in that. I'm successful. It has nothing to do with the color of my skin. It has to do with my work ethic. It has to do with my values. It has to do with the quality of the dogs and the quality of the marketing that I do. Period. You know? But in this case, I do feel like this was a racist scenario because there was no reason for them to assume I'm walking into the bank with somebody to force them to withdraw cash from their account so I can put it in my account, and I'm going to do this all on camera under my real name. Like, that makes no damn sense. So since then, although I still have a mortgage with Wells Fargo, which I want to take that away, I'm shutting down all accounts with Wells Fargo. Screw Wells Fargo. Don't trust Wells Fargo. They're a predatory lender. Matter of fact, if you want to do more research on Wells Fargo, you're going to find out they charge you for putting money into their bank. They charge you for taking money out of the bank. Their service fees are incredible. They make so much money off of fees that they got sued for it multiple times now. Do not support Wells Fargo if you have the option to go anywhere else. Please do not. So after dealing with Wells Fargo disrespecting me in such a blatant way, I shouldn't probably put this into the story time because this is where it got beyond serious. We decided what we would do is basically rob Wells Fargo, to be blunt. We decided we were going to go take the money out without any fees. This was our way of getting fee-free money. You feel me? So I got with my guy, we're going to call him Big Dog because I'm not trying to get him implicated in my story time, but Big Dog and I decided to pull up on Wells Fargo and run in the bank and take as much cash as possible. We pulled up on the bank, we went in there to retrieve the money, we were armed, things happened, police were called, I ended up in a high-speed chase. I decided at this point, I guess I'm the criminal they thought I was. Really, I mean, they tried to put me in handcuffs. They did not check me. I ended up having a 45 tucked in my waistline. I did not feel like going to jail that day, so I pulled the firearm. I shot the police officer that was in front of me.
and then I shot the police officer that was attempting to arrest me. I know it sounds crazy, but it is crazy. I'm not a criminal. I don't know why they treated me like that, but this is the person they pretty much assumed I was with the way they were treating me with my client in Wells Fargo. So no, this didn't happen, but in their mind, it might as well have.
So anyway, screw Wells Fargo. Hopefully you learned something from this story time. You know what? I had a couple complaints, people saying, hey man, you're only doing story times. I want to actually see the dogs. Show me your dogs. You're known for your dogs. You breed big, beautiful XL American bullies and you're not showing them. You're just talking. We sick of seeing you talking. So what I'm going to do is make sure I get you guys a couple videos within the next week or two that shows my new dog, BGK's Gambino. I'm going to show off some of my new productions because BGK's Debo has been producing his ass off. I think you guys need to see some of them, such as BGK's Mufasa, BGK's Bruiser, BGK's Nipsey, who ended up being sold to Young Jock. So I will be doing dog videos as well so you guys can see dogs. I haven't forgot my original subscribers that like to see dog content. I got you covered. BGK Dre, I'm out.
If you'd like to know more about these dogs, please check out my ebook, BGK's Dog Care Secrets and Breeding Tips. It's available on Amazon.com and has got great reviews. You can check that out yourself. The link will be in the description. And you can also purchase it on my website, BigGeminiKennels.com. That's BIGGEMINI Kennels.com. You can purchase it right there. I'm working on part 2 right now since I got such a great response to my first book. If you're a pet owner and you're looking for tips to help it grow and reach its maximum potential and what exercises and dog food and supplements to use, this book is for you. If you're a breeder that's established and you're looking to learn more about marketing and the different tips and tricks we use when delivering litters and marketing our pups and making sure they reach their fullest potential, this book is for you. If you're a breeder that's just starting out or you're looking to become a breeder, this will give you all the insight you need on picking your foundation stock all the way up to how to breed and the type of breedings to use and what's most effective. This book is for you. Remember, our motto is always quality matters. I'm out.